Hey everybody, and welcome to the Cow Emporium. In today's video, I'm making 3 meals and 24 servings. I am making my own version of a shepherd's pie with a homemade filling and a baked spaghetti dish and a lentil and pumpkin curry soup. So you'll notice I also cook the kabocha squash, and I made fritters with it, and I've already showed that, so if you are interested in seeing that, I'll leave a link at the end of the video. Of course, I peel and cut the squash, and then I'm just steaming it till it's completely cooked. While the squash is cooking, I prepare some potatoes for the topping of the shepherd's pie. Now these are our own homegrown potatoes, as you might have guessed, and I am certainly a big fan of using all my produce that I can. I eat it no matter what it looks like, as long as it's not bad, of course. You want your squash completely cooked, nice and soft. And in the potato pot, I added salt and butter. If you didn't know, the butter, when the potatoes are boiling, stops it from boiling over. Now that is the base for my shepherd's pie, but I also have a surprise. While everything else is going on, I cooked my spaghetti. The meat is still cooking, and that is my homemade frozen prepared spaghetti sauce. Couldn't be simpler, guys. And I'm cooking the hamburger, and then once the hamburger is done, I drain the fat off. To my cooked spaghetti, I added a capful of Italian seasoning and then mixed it in. I really like those flavors. I'm adding a little bit of hamburger to my frozen spaghetti sauce, and I'll just get it cooking on the stove. The smell in the house is starting to drive me crazy. It's so good. Once that spaghetti sauce is cooked, I add it to my cooked spaghetti. This type of spaghetti dish, the baked spaghetti, you want to make sure you have lots of sauce in your dish or your spaghetti will dry out. I added Parmesan flakes and mozzarella. Ta-da! It's ready to go. All you need to do is throw that in the oven until it's warm and the cheese is brown and bubbly. This is the surprise ingredient for my shepherd's pie. I decided to put spaghetti squash in the bottom with the hamburger. For my sauce for my shepherd's pie, I sauteed onions and garlic and mushrooms with some thyme, basil, and for extra kick, I threw in some beef oxo. I like to mash my potatoes very creamy, including garlic and parsley flakes. So my spaghetti squash is in the bottom of my pan. I added the rest of the cooked hamburger, so each meal roughly has about half a pound of hamburger and my homemade sauce. You want to make sure everybody is combined, and then I add the mashed potatoes to the top of my dish. I am careful to make sure that the side of the dish is coated but not cloggy, if you know what I mean, because the sauce from the bottom of the potatoes is going to bubble up the sides. It needs a little room there. For my last dish, I rinsed my lentils, and I have prepared my garlic, ginger, and onion to be sauteed along with my homemade curry seasonings. I mean, I didn't make the spices, but I put them together. That pretty much counts. And because this is a pumpkin lentil curry, you make sure that you add your pumpkin. Now, it doesn't have to be homemade like mine. It can be store-bought, and that's just fine. I saute everybody in the pot. They're smelling good and translucent. I add a package of my homemade chicken broth that was frozen. In case you haven't noticed, I like frozen, not canned. I'm adding my squash pumpkin to the pot along with the lentils. And that frozen stock only takes about 5 minutes to unthaw, guys, in the pot. I just cover those and cook them until the lentils are done. And now it's off to make my squash fritters. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care now.